We are live.
What is up, guys? This is Kelsey here from Off the Bench. We got another live midweek update here for Conference Championship Week. I'm here with, of course, co-host Richie Jones to my left over here.
Good evening.
And Pops over across the camera. Ray sitting somewhere back there trying to stay a part of the show any way he can. But, man, we have had one heck of a week to unpack, unfold, the Iron Bowl, how that ended, very entertaining game, first of all. The fumble at the end was the perfect cherry on top of that game.
Yes, sir.
Another Ty Simpson moment where he didn't really shine.
Not terribly great.
You want to call 3 touchdowns and no interceptions not shining.
It just wasn't the game that we have thought we've seen from Ty Simpson in the past.
That's crazy that we think 3 touchdowns and no interceptions is just
it is
pedestrian.
I can remember a day when that would win you a Heisman.
It's not the day anymore where it'll keep him in the Heisman race. I think that's kind of all that's been decided. The final players in that bracket there. But we also had to discuss the stellar defensive play from Alabama, because if I told you the stats on the game, Auburn led in most categories: offensive yards, defensively, most categories Auburn took handle of. The difference was turnovers.
Ray Hubbard is what the difference in that ball game.
Ray Hubbard was a huge difference in that ball
or the
game.
fact that Auburn doesn't have the ability to
catch a ball
or guard anybody with the name Isaiah.
They fumbled. Auburn fumbled a lot in that game. They got a couple fumbles back that they probably shouldn't have, or went out of bounds. And then Alabama capitalized when they had the opportunity. I mean, they took their chances in that game and won that game. And eventually, well, that boosted them ahead of Notre Dame in the polls this week. In the I don't think the BCS, or not BCS, the AP poll.
Can we please have the BCS back? Thank you.
The AP poll, they did not jump up. But in the college football playoff poll, Alabama did jump to 9, and Notre Dame fell back to 10.
Because apparently Alabama had one point in time at a 17-point lead, and the committee went home after that and didn't watch the rest of the game. So we jumped to 9-9. I mean, as an Alabama guy, I'll take it. Thanks for playing.
I mean, how much of the fact, I know a couple weeks ago the commissioner said that strength of schedule has not been finalized, right?
Correct.
And then so strength of schedule finally gets finalized. Do you think that had a little bit to do with Bama jumping Notre Dame in those rankings?
I think that's the only logical explanation. I don't think there is another explanation of saying, because it's been weeks on weeks of we're sitting here waiting for this to be finalized, the start schedule to be finalized.
I think what's finally happened is some of the people with some common sense in the room have started talking to each other, and that's why we're getting a little bit of changes here and there. But I think it's a little too little, and way too late. I actually said that correctly. I'm surprised. You brought up Notre Dame. I'm sitting here right now and telling you on the 3rd of December, Notre Dame is not in this playoff.
So
period.
What I keep saying on this, and I'm going to completely unpack this real quick. So this is a security blanket for Alabama, essentially. This 9 spot has created this security blanket where even if they lose in the conference championship, they will not drop.
Shy of like a 21-point just drumming.
Exactly. I mean, Georgia would have to win this game convincingly to a point to where Alabama is just no longer a team, no longer a good team.
Or a hurt. Ty gets hurt.
Well,
so even a close game, Alabama loses, but Ty's hurt.
I'm going to knock on some wood there, Richie.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll join
there
you.
might be a difference. The way the committee views it, obviously, they've said they're not going to drop Ole Miss because their head coach leaves. Okay. The whole, what you guys had said, the stature of it, right? Of what's in the committee playbook, of what they can and cannot do, of what they follow. I think there's a difference between Ty Simpson going down and the backup that Alabama has, who's a 5-star recruit, okay, and Jordan Travis going down, who I don't remember. They had what was his name?
The guy that came in for
Travis.
I think they picked him out of.
He was a former Boston College quarterback.
I think they picked him out of section 117, row 4, seat 9.
I find there to be a difference in that situation and what is happening with Alabama if Ty Simpson were to go down. Knock on wood that doesn't happen, and we're not saying that there is anything wrong with Ty. Maybe there is. I mean, but
He looked a little frazzled in the third
did look
quarter.
a little frazzled.
All right, let's look at look at the socials here and what's up on the screen there, Kels.
All right. Jamie and A sitting us up on YouTube. What's up, boys? Roll time to roll. Who cares about Lane?
I'm with you 100% there, Jamie.
We're not talking about Lane
We're
yet.
not talking about Lane yet. We're gonna get to Lane later in the show. Obviously,
That's later.
The big meat and potatoes of the show.
After Pops goes to bed, we'll talk about Lane.
Pops has definitely had some. He said he's gonna go dark mode when we talk about Lane.
It's gonna happen.
All right, can I since we're talking about the playoff, can I ask you something? What week are we in right now?
Would this be technically
14.
week 15?
So 14 weeks ago,
15.
14 weeks ago, I told you who was going to be the 12 seed. Do you remember who I said?
I do not.
It was the UNLV Running Rebels.
Which is not going to happen.
We are 2 wins away from UNLV being the 12 seed.
How would you say that?
Duke
in your scenario, okay.
Duke beats Virginia.
Okay.
James Madison loses. UNLV will be the next highest ranked conference champion. UNLV is your 12 seed.
In the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah. They would beat Boise State in the Mountain West. They would be the 5th highest ranked conference champion. Your 11 seed would be
if you're going this route already, because I would very much disagree with you. I think this is probably going to come down, okay, obviously to the ACC championship game.
Yes.
Okay. The probably biggest outcome this weekend is reliant on this game. Who's going to win this game? Is it going to be Virginia or is it going to be Duke?
Correct.
Okay? If Duke wins this game, they're both out.
Correct. 100%.
Okay?
And Miami's in.
Wins that game.
Yes. Okay. And in that scenario, I think Notre Dame gets left out.
Yes.
Okay.
Miami jumps them at the very last second.
I'm to the point where I don't even think Notre Dame has a route yet. Okay. I've heard the arguments. They do not make sense. Okay. The argument is just not there for Notre Dame to actually get into the playoff. They cannot hang their hat on any game, any team specifically that they beat. They just do not have that. Their biggest wins, USC, who's ranked number 16. Behind that, Navy.
That's it.
You could have scheduled another game. You didn't do it. Okay.
I'm not going
to. They need to join a conference.
Zero argument.
Help me understand then, if the committee reset its eyes on Bama with that strength of record, strength of schedule, all of that, and bumped Bama up over Notre Dame, then why wasn't the same courtesy given for Miami, who beat Notre Dame head to head?
I can answer that for you. Because the way the committee looks at it, they look at everything in pods, and they only take the teams that are in the pods. And so, like, we're the 4 of us are sitting here, Ray off to the side. They would put the 3 of us against each other and go, Kelsey's 1, Pops is 2, I'm 3rd. Ray, I'm now going to be in the next pod with Ray and insert next person here. Well, what they've done is they've set themselves up that no matter what happens, either BYU wins, which throws you talk about Duke winning, throwing some stuff into the wind. BYU winning could turn into some craziness as well. BYU wins or loses, regardless. They have to one of those 2 things Saturday morning. I think the kickoff is 11 o'clock on that game. They're either going to win and they're going to move up, which is going to put Notre Dame and Miami right next to each other, or they're going to lose and they're going to drop, which is going to put Notre Dame and Miami right next to each other, which means they're now in the same category. Then we have to look at them against each other. Miami won the game. Heads up. Miami's in.
They haven't been closely ranked enough throughout the year to put them within the same.
At least that's what they keep telling
pods.
us.
Yes, that's what they've been telling, right? So now we've come to this situation where they are close enough now where you will see that jump. Okay, it will happen. And probably like next week's. I firmly believe that, right? So Notre Dame, this is where the conference debate comes in. That I get it. Notre Dame needs to join a conference. I also respect the fact that they haven't joined a conference. They haven't needed to. They didn't need to last year. They proved why they shouldn't last year. I don't think they will, even with this outcome, if they get left out, most notably because they don't play in a conference championship game. When you played last year and you got all that money, it was darn worth it to you then. It's going to be worth it this year when you don't have that money. I get it. But when you can take home the whole conference money in 1 year, you're going to be fine with that. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
You're not going to get it every year, and you're going to understand that, and you're going to live with the consequences. Okay. And I think Notre Dame is perfectly fine with that. So where I'm taking this next, okay, and this is, you were talking about UNLV in this spot.
Yes, the Running Rebels.
I disagree. I think the two conferences that will get this spot, okay, will be the Sun Belt and the American. In the opposite order, it'd be the American and the Sun Belt.
Who's in the Sun Belt?
Okay, the Sun Belt Conference Championship, okay, will be held between James Madison and Troy.
If
James
Troy
Madison
wins that, UNLV is ranked above them.
Are they?
I would venture to yes. Troy's got how many losses on the season?
Troy has 4 losses.
UNLV has how many?
I am not sure. I have not looked.
Dos.
They have 2 losses.
Dos.
Dan Mullen held.
Yes.
Held.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm
see
still
your
holding out.
argument.
I'm still holding out
I see
hope.
your argument. Okay. If they're the 12 seed, I get it. Okay. It's Sun Belt or Mountain West. It's interchangeable.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. Right. Okay. American's going to have that spot ahead of them.
Congratulations. You get
Okay.
to go to Eugene, Oregon, or Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
The doomsday scenario is fully well. We thought it was dead. It is 100% in play this weekend. Okay. Also, with that being said, this is where I'm going to lose a lot of people, but I think I'm right. If Alabama beats Georgia, they're going to slide to number 2.
Into number 2?
They're going to slide to number 2. Okay. And let me explain my reasoning for this. Okay.
I don't think you're too terribly far off, but I'm listening to.
They're going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Okay. Yeah.
They won't be 1.
They
They'll
will
be 2,
they
3,
will
or
not be
4.
1. The winner of the Big Ten will have the number 1 seed. It'll be Indiana or Ohio State. Okay. The winner of the SEC is going to go to 2 because the loser of the Big Ten is going to go to 3. They will not put the 4th. Who are you taking in this argument? Okay. Are you taking a Texas Tech team? Okay.
With one loss.
If BYU loses, that 4th spot's open anyway. Or if BYU wins, that 4th spot open.
Yeah,
BYU's not going to jump that far.
Correct.
Okay. Are you taking a Texas Tech or an Alabama team, resume wise?
I think you're asking the wrong question.
Okay. What question should I be asking?
Do you take Oregon or Alabama?
They will not put big. They're not going to put 3 Big Ten teams in the top 4. It will not happen.
Have those 3 Big Ten teams get a first round bye?
Okay.
It will not happen.
So here's my argument. I think if Alabama wins,
okay,
let's play this out. Ohio State or Indiana?
Okay. As of right now, I'm picking Ohio State.
Ohio State or Indiana?
Ohio State.
So we're all agreeing that we think Ohio State. So all in favor of number 1, Ohio State. That's real easy.
Okay.
So obviously we're thinking Indiana loses. Now I'm assuming this is going to be at least a halfway decent game. Obviously, all bets are off if any of these games are. If Ohio State wins by 40, Georgia wins by 40,
you'll see a very big shakeup between the top 4.
Right.
But those teams will not be out. Okay.
I think
barring Bama gets absolutely killed on Saturday.
Yeah.
They're the only team that I see getting completely jumped out of the 2 big conferences. They will completely get dropped off the map.
Okay.
But I also think Alabama's locked in at 9 no matter what. They're not going anywhere. If unless they win, they'll go up, but they will not go down barring a huge loss.
Okay. So we all agree Ohio State's 1. So who do you and Alabama beats Georgia?
2 seed is going to the SEC.
You think Alabama jumps all the way from 9, jumps over 1 loss Oregon, 1 loss conference champion Texas Tech, and 1 loss in the conference championship Indiana? Ooh, that is
okay.
That's a hot take.
Because so
write
you're
it
not
down,
going
kids.
to have Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma. They're all
we all agree with that.
Together.
Yeah.
They're all going to be grouped together within there. I think this scenario would go. Is this the right one I'm looking at? Okay, this scenario would go Texas A&M, Ole Miss, and then Oklahoma. That's just how head-to-heads have fallen this year. I think that's the order they're going to go within this.
Texas Tech.
Or excuse me, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma.
I thought Ole Miss was ranked above them. I thought Ole Miss was 6, Texas A&M 7. You think they changed that just because of the outcome?
Head-to-heads. Okay.
Head-to-head for what?
Head-to-head between I'm going to completely go blank on this now, but I can look it up for you real quick.
Ole Miss and Texas Tech, Texas A&M did not play each other.
No, they did not.
So I think Ole Miss stays 6, Texas A&M stays 7, Oklahoma stays 8.
This is something everything that I've written down today, and I did not write down this metric for it. Okay, so Texas A&M, they do not have common opponents.
Correct.
Okay, There was no common opponents between them. So Oklahoma, their common opponent
Was
was
Texas.
not in here. It would have been Ole Miss. I don't know what I had barred that on, but it made sense in my head when I was making this.
But let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's 6, 7, 8. Oh, I just almost did it. I apologize.
Nope, we're
Not
not
gonna
doing
do it.
that here. That's illegal here.
Is your thinking with the 2 seed? Okay, is your thinking with the 2 seed is that one, Bama's beat Georgia twice in a year. If they beat Georgia,
And they're gonna, but they're
let's just
gonna.
remind a couple of people online that
They are
the team that Georgia lost to was Alabama.
also remind them of this. Alabama is the number 1 seed in the SEC.
In the
okay?
SEC, number
Right.
one seed in the
the
SEC.
committee is not ready
Which
to
is-
drop the number 1 seed Alabama completely out of the playoff.
Right.
okay?
So we're
But
yeah,
at
we
the
agree with
same
that.
time here, that's why I think Alabama will jump that cluster.
But your thinking is that there's no way they're going to put 3 Big Ten teams
Within the top 4.
and 3 Big Ten teams get buys on the first week.
Yes.
I wholeheartedly agree
Do
with
not
you.
think it'll
I
happen.
just think Texas Tech jumps to 2 with a win. I think it's Ohio State 1, Texas Tech 2.
But if you're putting Alabama and Texas Tech in that close of a cluster, okay,
Texas
that
Tech's
close
got
of a
one
pod,
loss.
Hold on.
I get that. But I want to look at the strength of schedules. I want to look at, their best wins. Okay. Well, who did Texas Tech lose to?
Arizona State.
Arizona State.
I'm going to go one further for you.
I just,
Indiana's 3rd.
Yeah.
At best, Alabama goes to 4. Georgia
with
drops to 5.
but hold on, are we saying that, okay, again, we'll go sit there and talk about we're going to sit there and talk about so we're saying back to back, no matter what, we think the top 2 are going to stay the same.
No, I said
With a loss from Indiana.
I said Indiana would drop to 3rd. Would drop
Okay.
to 3.
Okay.
And Alabama goes up to 4. Because here's my thing.
Okay.
If we're going to sit here and say that they're not going to punish Alabama if Alabama loses to Georgia,
Yeah.
Georgia's number 3 in the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
How in the world do you punish Indiana that much when their only losses to the number 1 team in the country in a rewarded game?
I understand that. Okay. But I'm not talking about dropping them completely off the face of the earth here.
Right.
It's just one more spot. Okay. I understand your argument. I do.
Pushes Georgia out, pushes Georgia at 5.
Pushes, yes. So
with the loss, Georgia drops to 5, which means you do not want, as an Alabama fan, to be the number 4 seed. Absolutely not. You do not want to have to play Georgia a 3rd daggum time.
I would argue you don't want to be the 9 seed because right now you're going to end up playing Oklahoma at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Then they would go on. The winner of that plays Ohio State.
Right. Yeah. The 9 seed's terrible too.
Yeah. So
Guess what? The 9 seed is better than no seed.
I also
Yes, sir.
think that BYU, barring anything, well, okay, so now there is scenarios where I think BYU gets left out of this thing.
Yeah, a loss by BYU, they're out because they're not currently in.
Well, yes, 100. Yeah, true. I get that.
Because if you drop them just 1 spot, they're already out. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And even then, the committee could say, well, we didn't even really care about the Notre Dame Miami thing. They were out of the tournament anyway. They're both going to play in a New Year's Six bowl game. La-di-da. Who cares if they're
probably against each other.
which
Well,
would be, no, they've already played each
They
other.
already
But that
played
would
each other.
be
They won't do that. Yeah.
who knows? They might. It
I don't know. You could see that happen.
wouldn't be the craziest thing the committee's ever
It
done.
wouldn't be. I feel bad for Vanderbilt and Texas in this path. There's just no path forward for them. Neither Vanderbilt and Texas, they have both.
Rumor is there is a path for Vanderbilt to get in, but that involves somebody signing an argument or something.
Let me go dark.
Signing an argument.
Uh,
Let me go dark.
Vanderbilt
Between-
made their case, and so did Texas. They
between
both made their
ESPN
cases.
between ESPN wanting to show Pavia's mom off some more and Donald Trump trying to sign something, Vandy's trying to get in. Leave him alone.
Vanderbilt, you tried against Tennessee. It was not enough. You had your chances to get into the playoff. It wasn't enough.
If
Go
they
and
would have
play-
beat Bama, they would have been in the
Go
playoff.
and play. Go and play Notre Dame. Go with your Shane Gillis argument, okay?
Yeah.
And go
Notre Dame Vandy would actually be a good game.
go with that argument. We can see the powers of Pavia's mom versus the powers of Shane Gillis, and let them play in a New Year's Six bowl.
Convicts versus Theo Vaughn's girlfriend, or Catholics versus Theo Vaughn's
I was gonna say,
girlfriend.
when was Gillis a
So
convict?
sorry, the Catholics versus convicts.
So In this scenario, I think there is an opportunity to add to Bama to jump as high as 2. Okay, but there's this also a scenario. I don't think there's a scenario barring a huge loss from Alabama. They get completely left out.
Before they reset the seedings this week on Tuesday, Bama had a 67% chance of making the playoff. After they reset and they moved up one spot, that went from 67 to 97.
I think as we sit here right now at whatever time it is on the 3rd of December, I think barring just an absolute blowout, Alabama's in. And worst case is they're the 10 seed.
I see, and I don't know where they dropped the 10.
I'm just saying if it's so we agree if it's a 21 point, like a 21 point blowout, they might be out. But what if it's Georgia's winning by 10 and just runs the clock out at the end and they drop to 10th? I'm just saying I could see, just like I see BYU maybe dropping one spot, I could see Bama dropping one spot in a loss. I still think they're in. I still don't think it's the worst thing in the world to be 10. As a matter of fact, I'll take the 10 because you're probably going to play. Who would the 10 play at that point? Oregon at or
10 would play 5, right? 10,
Yeah.
5. Oh, is that? No, that's not right.
No.
5, it'd be
5,
6,
6,
it'd
7.
be 5
The 7 seed, which would be Texas A&M
Yes.
at Kyle Field.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. You started this conversation with the Auburn game and how Auburn beat us in every metrics on the field except for turnovers. Hey, that sounds a lot like the previous game where Oklahoma, we beat Oklahoma in every aspect of the game. I mean, almost doubled them in yards. We lost the turnover battle. They won the game by 2 points. And ultimately, we're talking about a difference of Alabama and Georgia being, 3-4, you having 1 versus 2 and 3 versus 4 in some crazy scenario Saturday if Alabama has 1 less turnover.
See, and I'll go back to the precipice. Welcome Ray on the show here. Pops it a step away for a minute. I'll go back on the precipice of Alabama is the number 1 seed in the SEC, and I keep hearing people say they're going to get dropped if they lose. And they're going to get dropped completely out if they lose, okay? There's that 3% that is barring, okay, if you get absolutely blown out.
Yeah.
But if you were the committee, even though they get blown out, are you ready to sit there and say, hey, SEC, we're leaving your number 1 seed out because they lost big time. They lost big time. So I think
the committee can then say you lost to Florida State,
okay,
which is ranked number 704 right now after the drumming that Florida put on them. Yes, you're the 1 seed of the SEC. Congratulations, but you lost by a million points to Georgia in the Georgia Dome in a game that you were rewarded. Yeah, we're dropping you. That solves a lot of their problem because then you put Miami at 10 and Notre Dame at 11, Notre Dame at 9, Miami at 10, and then you have Virginia, and then insert conference champion here. I agree with what you're saying, but they lost to Oklahoma.
Yeah,
shouldn't have. Lost to Florida State, and nobody in their right mind thinks if Alabama and Florida State played right now, it would be within 25 points.
So what happens when the commissioner of the SEC, his name's slipping my mind right now?
I said Slive. It used to that's the old guy.
I want to say Greg Byrne. That's Alabama's AD. Keith Carter, Ole Miss's AD. I'm going to think of every name I can before. Anyways, what happens when he sits there and says, well, fine, we're out. We're going to go do our own thing until y'all get this whole thing figured out?
Greg Sankey.
We're fine. We're going to go do our own thing until y'all figure this whole thing out.
Okay,
we'll be back.
I'm torn between 2 things.
Yeah.
There is the side of me that is a huge Alabama alumni, Alabama fan. I want to see Alabama go out there and beat Georgia by 21, beat Ohio State by 41, and then beat Indiana in the championship game by 91. Okay. Yeah. There is also the part of me that loves absolute chaos and pandemonium. and is a actual fan of college football,
Yep.
yes, I know that my bias leads towards Alabama, but I actually love college football. To me, it is such an amazing sport. We have figured out how to completely screw the pooch on this playoff thing. Okay. BYU winning, Alabama losing by 4, and the committee leaving Alabama out to put BYU in, to put James Madison in because Duke wins, to put in North Texas because they win their conference champion, and you put in UNLV or James Madison over Alabama, over Texas, over Vanderbilt, and the calamity that would cause in Birmingham as the SEC just with pitchforks and flamethrowers go to burn down the entire thing. Is that what we actually finally need to solve this problem?
I think it could be enough for them to kind of twist their hand and say, okay, we're actually about to lose some of the biggest, programs in the country, and we're not going to have them playing on TV for us.
Yeah.
Okay. One, there goes the money, a lot of money around the college football world. Okay. That's going to go strategically to the SEC. The SEC, Greg Sankey, the first thing he's going to do is go reach out to the Big Ten commissioner.
Well, don't forget who airs all this.
ESPN.
Who owns the SEC?
ESPN, essentially.
Or SEC owns.
Yeah.
However you want to say
versa.
it. There's some crossover there. I think we finally get, if that happens, you finally get the 4-4-2-2-4 that I've been begging for. I think you force the SEC to go, you know what? We no longer care about you Power Fives.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good riddance. Have a nice day.
I still think I actually like how we're doing it this year. 12 teams, best teams get in.
Yeah.
I think that is the best route
But it's
for
not
college football. Now, money-wise, conference-wise, there's not enough guarantees. It just will never work in the long run.
Is it the 12 best teams?
Will we get the 12 best teams in the country? No, because you still have the auto bids. You don't have them placed in a correct order in a 1 through 4, but you still have the auto bids from the top 5 conference championships. So no, we can never sit there and say confidently that these are the best 12 teams in the country.
Because how many SEC schools are ranked above Virginia?
There's a lot.
How many Big Ten teams are ranked above Virginia?
There's a lot.
And I think there's even a couple of Big 12 teams ranked above Virginia,
right?
If I'm not mistaken.
That'd be
so.
Yeah. So Ray, go ahead.
Look, you know how you cure this, man, and I say this because I love for Texas to get in, but you cure this by winning. You're in. You don't have this discussion if you're winning. It's no problem, and it helps. I think it helps the college football entirely with the 12 conferences the way it's set up, because you're allowing the teams that don't get a chance to get in there and have an opportunity for a national championship. So these lower seed teams, they win their conference and they get a little bit higher than some of the other ones, they get a chance to get in there. I mean, do you understand? I understand, but do you understand how it feels like for a college player from James Madison to say, hey, I made it to the playoffs?
I get it. I
Okay.
get it 100%. But at the same time, I will sit back and say this. The college football playoff was not designed to go and grab 2 Cinderella story teams. Okay. I'm not
we had
saying
2
that it's
Cinderellas
not
get buys
great.
last time.
I get it. Okay. But it wasn't designed for this. Okay. What it was designed for was to give more parity, I guess, into the postseason.
And so we've gotten.
All right.
We have 100% gotten, but I would make the argument. I get it. This is going to be something that these American Conference champions, these Sun Belt Conference champions, these Mountain West Conference champions, they're going to be able to hang their hat on for the rest of their lives. Those kids that never thought they were going to make it past a group of 6 team in college football, well, they're now playing for a national championship and are in the same bubbles as Alabama, as Ohio State, as Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Miami, all this whole bubble that's squished together. They're not playing with them. I get that argument from it. 100%. Okay. As a human, I get it. But as somebody who is looking to see what is the best possible scenario for the future of college football as a whole, to get the 12 best teams, to get the best product we can on TV, this may be an athletic sport, but it is made for product TV. You put the 12 best teams in the country in, ranked 1 through 12, okay, from best to worst 12th, the worst team out of the 12 teams, okay, no matter if they won their conference championship or not. I get it. You'd probably lose conference championships in that regard, but I think that's the best path forward for football.
Okay, so I'm going to ask 2 questions.
Yeah.
I was going to go very political with my assessment here, but I'm going to stay away from it right now. I may come back to that. We'll hold on to that. You're James Madison.
Okay.
You win Saturday.
Yeah.
Duke wins. So you're in.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. You're the 12th seed.
Yes.
Congratulations. You get to go to Athens, Georgia.
You get blown out by 40, 50.
Would you rather absolutely just get demolished? Now, granted, there is a slim. FPU will have them at 97.3. You'll have a 3% chance, right? Would you rather, as James Madison, go to Athens the following Saturday and absolutely, with your tail between your legs, just get the butt whooping your dad never gave you and go back home a loser and finish the season a loser? Because that's what you're doing. You're finishing the season a loser.
Yep.
You lost. You woke up and lost. You went to bed and lost. Or you're the 1 seed in the Power 5 conference tournament. You get to host a game at James Madison. Group of 6. And you actually get a chance to play for a national championship.
I get that argument too. I don't think that.
What would you rather?
That could
it's you?
happen. I understand that could happen. If that was me, I'd go like to host the number 1 seed and go win the group of 6 conference championship. But at the same time, in that argument, you're looking at, that's kind of looking at the NIT in college basketball. What is the NIT worth after all this time?
Well, okay. So if I want to go to a 16 team, I'm saying, if James Madison gets into the top 16, congratulations, you got a choice.
Yeah.
You can come play with the big boys, or you can go home and host. Which one you want?
I play with big boys.
I'd rather play with the big boys. The NIT in basketball is what I'm going to go back and equate this to, because I don't remember the last time. I can't tell you who the NIT champion was last year. I can't tell you the last time that Kentucky, when they were in the NIT, accepted a bid to the NIT.
Right.
I think the last time was the Nerlens Noel year, and they declined.
There, you're good.
Oh, Pop's leaning on the camera.
Yeah,
okay, we're good.
It was a little shaky.
We're good.
But I agree.
Yeah.
But you're saying NIT because Kentucky. All right, I'm gonna use your same argument.
Okay.
Yes, as Alabama, do I want to go play in the NIT? No, that's because I'm one of the big boys. I get to play in the big boy.
Right.
As James Madison, it's not the same. You're not playing with the big boys when you know you're going to get your butt whooped.
But why is that? But you're going to have coaches that sit there and say, well, is the, let's just call it the NIT of football, the NITF.
Not in tournament, yeah.
Okay, the NITF, right? Okay.
Right.
Do you want to set the stature of your program up to be okay and make it acceptable for your kids to say, yeah, we're going to the NITF this year?
Right.
Okay. I don't think.
Think about this though, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about going home as a loser, right? You go home. James Madison goes and plays Georgia, right?
Yeah.
And they lose. So yeah, okay, they're a loser. But you know what? The kids from James Madison say, "Hey man, we made it. We played Georgia in the Georgia Dome." Not only that, it's going to boost their recruiting because they say, "Hey, look, we made it to the playoffs." That's going to boost their recruiting and boost their. It's hard to explain as a player. You come out that tunnel and you're going to James Madison and you have a 20,000-30,000 seat stadium. I don't even know exactly what it is. But then you go over there and you go and come out and you play in front of 70,000 to 80,000 fans. You know what that does for you? Not only for James Madison's recruiting, your team is self-esteem as well. And some of the guys that are seniors on James Madison exposes them to pro athletes and being able to get to that next echelon.
Okay, I'll play devil's advocate on your opinion there. As James Madison, would you rather actually have a chance to play multiple games that are all going to be televised? Because the 16-team tournament that I'm created in my head, you've got the big boys, and then you got the kids table, the NIT as you want to call it,
NITF.
So NITF, that's 4 more games, and at the end of the day, if you're the 1 seed, you're more likely to hold up that trophy at the end, and you can tell your kids, I won a national championship in football. Or do you tell your kids, yeah, we got to go to Georgia and play in front of 80,000, and I got 80,000 people got to watch me get my butt whooped.
I would argue the Georgia one is better for the kids in the long run. I think they would rather tell their kids that, hey, I got to play against the University of Georgia in a playoff game, okay, in Athens, Georgia, okay. It is just the environment there. I can't describe the environment that we felt, okay, the pressure we felt from the crowd, okay, how loud that place got at night.
For the first quarter.
before the Georgia fans went to the bar, it was amazing. I mean,
because when it's 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, the atmosphere is gone. It's going to be the Friday night game on TNT.
But I get that. But at the same time,
I'll give you an example. Yeah. Look at my freshman year. I played in Western State. It's a small school in Wichita Falls, Texas. We had a stadium of, I think it was 22,000 people, right? My sophomore year, I transferred into UTEP, was a walk-on. The first time I came out, even though Sun Bowl's pretty small compared to everybody else, we were 55,000 seats. Coming out of that tunnel, coming out and having the sea of orange and blue and the UTEP nerd, everybody having their picks up. You know what that does to you, and that the difference of that's the same exact feeling you're gonna have when you come from James Madison. You're gonna go play Georgia, and like, man. And as a former player, say I'm playing James Madison, like I'm playing there, and I want to go play, test my mettle against the best in the country, and show me where I'm at, where I need to go. It's my barometer. If I lost, fine, okay, but that's going to give me fuel for the next year, or even fuel to move on to the next level.
I will say even this. I'll go a step further. I think it's terrible for James Madison to go to Georgia, because all that means is that those Georgia coaches get to see the best player on James Madison play across the field from them, and they're going to go and say, hey, how much is James Madison paying you to play? Here's a check. Write down your number.
I get the argument. I think there's an argument that can be made for both sides on this. But I don't think that the value is there for what I'm calling the NITF. I think it could be there for group of 6 only teams, but I think if you make the college football playoff, I think it should be the normal to accept that bid. Now, if you do not get that bid, go do the NITF. Go do it 100%. I think it is fully worth your program if you are a group of 6 program. If you're a Power 5 program, you will never get those teams to accept a bid into that.
Correct, because and it won't even be for them.
Yeah.
So basically, we're in agreement. So if James I think we should go to 16. I think it should be the top 16. You're thinking we should still have some sort of guarantees for the not.
No, I think nothing. Straight 1 through 12.
Okay.
I want those.
So James Madison's not in anyway.
No, I don't think James Madison would be in. I want the best 12 teams in the country, regardless of who the conference champs are. Okay. I want it in a best to worst order. Okay. Completely up and down. That is what the best for the future of the college football is.
So basically, you're going to take the SEC and the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
okay. I understand that. That's why that going forward, that's not a realistic path, because you will never get the ACC. You will never get the Big 12 to sit there and say, well, hold on, we don't have any guarantee bids. Okay. The group of 6, okay, will go off at that point and create their own tournament.
Well, you can solve that problem by the SEC saying, well, look, you either take this or we're just going to go play the best 6 SEC versus the best 10 Big 10, and we're going to have a trophy, and you're out anyway.
Yeah.
So you can either agree to what we're agreeing to, and you got a shot with Miami being number 12.
Yeah.
Or you can just be left completely out in the cold. Your choice.
Yeah. I mean, I get it here. I mean, I understand it. Okay.
But you still have the same model that you have like in the NFL, right? You sometimes, I mean, we've had the case where we've had wild cards come in that had losing records.
Yeah. And I would be fine with the NFL with the, going to the 14. The top 2 seeds get a bye. Everybody else has to play on the campus of the higher seed. I think that's ultimately we should go to 14. I think we should go to 16. And I think the conferences. I love the 4-4-2-2-4 format.
So what is your specific argument to moving to a 16-team playoff model?
Okay. So if you do what my thought, the 4-4-2-2-4.
But okay, keep going. Yes,
so
keep going.
The SEC gets 4 teams in guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
You take the 1 and 2 seed, which this year would be Alabama and Georgia. They're in.
Okay.
Congratulations, y'all are in. The other 2 spots would be made up by Ole Miss would play Texas, Oklahoma would play Texas A&M. The winner of those 2 games is your 3rd and 4th in.
So you want play-in games.
So it's a conference play-in game. So instead of a conference
play-in.
championship, because
Okay.
there's still a lot of money involved with the conference
So
championships.
you would replace championships with
play-in games.
Play-in games essentially.
So there's your 4 from the SEC. The Big Ten would do the same thing. The ACC and the Big 12 get 2. So that's 12. That's 8. That's 12 of your teams. The next 4 highest ranked teams are guaranteed in. That's 16.
Okay.
1 hosts 16, 2 hosts 15. And that's your tournament. You're kind of you're getting rid of the non-power 4s unless
in that argument you're also getting rid of the argument that I thought that I was going to have to go back and say, so what is the difference between the 12 and 16? Because you're still going to have the argument of people saying 13, 14, and 15 are getting left out. Okay, well then you have the argument of 17, 18, 19, 20 are getting left out.
Correct.
I think that kind of actually takes away that argument.
Yeah, because you really, if you think about it, with the way I've set it up, the ACC, who only gets 2 guaranteed spots, the number 1 team, Miami, is in. Virginia and Georgia Tech are going to play in the conference playing game as their 2 seed. And so you actually are expanding the playoff even more with the play-in games. You're playing 1 through 8 at the home. So, Ohio State, and instead of these buys, Alabama and Georgia, Ohio State, Indiana, Texas Tech, and Miami are getting buys in my system because they're in. They don't have to play in those conference play-in games. So they actually get to rest and play. We start the season a week earlier. You have the conference play-in games today. Next Saturday is
you would take rivalry week, put it the week before Thanksgiving. You would take the conference championship week, put it on Thanksgiving.
Correct.
Okay.
The play-in games.
Okay. And then week 0 disappears.
Week 0 is gone. Notre Dame or Navy Army would play next weekend, a standalone game,
which is still after the selection committee, which is gonna cause problems in the future. Okay, and at the same time, what is also going to have problems because Navy can't even host a conference championship game, even though they have a better record.
Correct.
It's considered a conference game, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So they can't even host it because technically they're still behind.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, man!
What about the bowl games?
What about the bowl games? Nobody cares about the bowl games.
Those bowl games are meant to pay the schools. Okay.
8 people watch those bowl games.
Do you watch them?
No.
Do you watch them? I watch the bowl games.
Yeah, you and 7, you and 6, you 2 and 6
I watch
other
the
people.
bowl games.
Okay, you watch the big ones. You don't watch.
Well, I'm gonna watch
the,
whatever's on TV throughout Christmas for watch
New
football.
Year's 6 bowls.
Yes, but that we would still.
You're gonna watch the Pop-Tart Bowl.
No,
you're not.
No,
why not?
I'll see the headlines.
Yeah.
I'm not watching the GoDaddy.com bowl.
You don't watch the headlines of the Pop-Tart Bowl. You watch it to see when the Pop-Tart's cooked.
Yeah, that's true. I will watch that part.
Okay. You don't watch the GoDaddy Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, nobody watches these bowl games. They get like 100 people in the stadiums.
Yeah, but TV-wise, okay, well, you can sit on your couch in front of the fire before you take the Christmas tree down for most households. You sit there and watch them for the joy of, there's football on TV.
You're telling me you watch the Ragin' Cajuns versus Southern Methodist in the recliner bowl.
Sounds like a good game, actually. That's a solid bowl game. Yeah, I don't mind that game. That's a solid game.
I just love football.
Okay,
if it was on, I'd be
okay. We can keep the bowl games. It's fine.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry. As czar of the new NCAA.
Thank you, Albino Rhino. I appreciate that.
They're not making money off of the stadium, the seats and the chairs. Butts and chairs. That is not what they make money.
How many bowl games are there?
God, there's like 100. You probably have
142.
There's 42.
There's 42.
There's a lot.
I know there was more. Honestly,
we
like a burrito bowl game or something.
We actually only had enough teams qualify with 6 wins for 41. So we had to give 2 teams that have a 5-7 record to a bowl game this year.
Did Auburn get one?
No.
I hope not. I didn't
It's,
hear
it's
about
based upon how high their GPA is or something. It's a whole formula. What I'm saying
it. We're
is,
putting GPA in football now?
yes, apparently nobody cares about it.
All right, keep going.
Once again, no one cares about the bowl games, but apparently everybody cares about the bowl
everybody
games.
cares about the bowl games. Come on, man.
Okay, so we can keep the bowl games. It's fine. But all I care about is the playoff. The moneymaker, the thing that millions of people, I actually saw a thing, Alabama has the most viewed per game all season with 8.1 million people.
Yeah, what do you think this SEC championship is going to draw?
12.
Georgia, Alabama part 2. It's likely, I would say this is going to probably be the most viewed game of the season.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
No, it's
Not this
I'm
Saturday.
alone on this argument.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 4:00 game. I disagree. Alabama, Georgia, part 2.
Ohio
It's
State-
been the best
Ohio
game
State and
all
Indiana will
year.
have more viewers.
Yeah, we've been
Disagree.
neglecting here the social media. We got John Paul on here. Just make it the two best teams, which are obviously Ohio State and Indiana.
Not going to happen. We've been to the BCS era. We moved on from it, and I don't think that I don't think Indiana would be ranked the number 2 team in the BCS era.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I
the
disagree.
schedule sucks. Both teams played the bottom.
I don't think you would have that. Okay, so we're gonna move on from the playoff talk tonight. We still have a little bit more left, of course. We've got another 15 minutes here on the show, but so moving forward, let's talk about Dad's favorite subject.
Oh yeah,
Hold on.
Pops is tired of this completely. This narrative that has been pushed out there
Lane
about
Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin moving on to Louisiana State University.
LSU.
You.
This was not the best hire of the coaching carousel, though. The best hire of the coaching carousel was Alex Gullish to Auburn. A team that fumbled the ball at the 11th hour, was going after John Summerall. John Summerall got the offer from Florida. Everything changed. Summerall goes to Florida.
I've actually heard there's a little bit more to that
Okay.
because Summerall was going to Auburn,
Yeah.
wanted to go to Auburn.
Yep.
Said that he would interview DJ Durkin and see if he wanted to keep him. Behind his back, Auburn went ahead and started negotiating with him a contract extension. And he was like, wait a minute. Y'all said I could interview him.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we wanted to keep him. He's like, that's fine. I'm out. They have the same agent Golish does. So Golish knows that
Yeah.
because Golish is an offensive guy. He was fine with it. Where Summerall, excuse me, my apologies,
Summerall's defensive.
is
Same with DJ
defensive.
Durkin.
He didn't want to keep DJ Durkin unless he fit into his thing.
Yeah.
So not only did Auburn fumble at the 40-yard line to lose the Iron Bowl, which would have sent Lane Kiffin to Alabama, and
Penn State would have gotten to
You kept
bowl.
saying that. You're
Actually, I disagree with this whole thing now. From what I've heard about, so what everything is tying into Jimmy Sexton. Okay, the AD who of Penn State, which is Kraft is his last name, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Is not Jimmy Sexton's not that happy with Kraft.
Okay.
The AD of Penn State, the way he handled the James Franklin situation, fired him at the midpoint of the season. Okay, probably fired him prematurely.
I think so.
Yeah.
Sexton was not too happy about his client getting fired prematurely.
Yeah, you would think.
Okay. I would think it's important to the athletic director at Penn State to stay on the good side of probably the most powerful man in college football,
Oh, absolutely.
who is Jimmy Sexton, who is the agent for Dan Lanning. He is the agent for Clark Leah. He is the agent for Eli Drinkwitz, formerly of Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin. We can keep going down this road.
Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer.
Like
okay.
the top 15, 20 coaches in college football,
Jimmy Sexton would not have let DeBoer go to Penn State with the relationship of how sour it is right now.
unless it was a massive check.
Unless you had a massive check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
then the best thing you do is for your client, and you go, hey, they suck. The way they treated my last guy, but they're fixing to pay you a crap ton of money. So have a nice day.
Maybe, or he goes back to Greg Byrne and goes, hey, they offered this. Okay. He's going to take this offer unless you offer him an extension. Okay. In turn, Greg Byrne goes, we don't want the instability. In reality, Greg Byrne didn't want Lane Kiffin. He still does not want Lane Kiffin because of what is happening and what did happen between Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. Greg Byrne is going to offer a very large extension. Let's just say it's the same deal that Sataki got from BYU. Or excuse me, he got from Penn State. So that Sataki got from Penn State. Okay, $10 million later, Kalen DeBoer just got a huge extension.
Which wins for everybody.
Wins for everybody, right? So I do not think that Penn State was ever in play for Kalen DeBoer.
And for the record, this portion of the show is brought to you by Crumble Cookie, because apparently everything else is in college football right now.
Well, Crumble Cookie.
They're gonna have a bowl game in
legally.
Provo.
I do think we have to say that is fake.
Oh, sorry.
Legally, I think we do, because then I had to put that check mark at we got paid by Crumble Cookie, and we did not get paid by Crumble Cookie, but it makes it seem like we did.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Check mark you had to push there. So yeah,
I would
we don't want to go down that route.
I'd like Crumble Cookie to send us some cookies.
Crumble Cookie and the Mormon Church have now gotten involved with college football. I think with a couple other donors that are involved with Provo, the city of Provo. Crumble Cookie has generously came out in stance that Sataki needs to stay in Provo, Utah.
And
he is going to stay from a large sum of money that was I'm assuming donated would be the correct term to the university to keep Sataki there. And the Mormon Church said that he's not going anywhere. So the Mormon Church is the police of college football right now.
So in this conversation, it's just, what time is it?
It is 7:51 p.m.
So in the last 51 minutes, we've had a Diego Pava's mom, a Trump, and the Mormon Church interfering with college football. I like it.
Trump has not gotten involved in college football yet.
Yeah, they've asked him to.
It's been asked to. It has not happened. Okay, the president does not get involved in college
football. So
the
Mormon Church has more power than Trump.
The Mormon Church has, and Crumble Cookie combined, have more power than the NCAA by a whole.
This is, well, I mean, the NCAA has zero power on just about anything at this point.
Okay, but still unpacking this whole situation. Okay, the whole deal that went down with Lane Kiffin, there was no book that has been written on how to handle this whole thing yet, with the calendar and coaches having to go early and stuff like that. Okay. What North Texas did, and I do not know the AD's name off the top of my head at North Texas, Eric Morris got the job offer from Oklahoma State. He has accepted that offer, yet he is coaching North Texas out the rest of the year. Okay, they are allowing him to do that. AD Keith Carter of Ole Miss has
Jared Mosley.
Jared Mosley. AD Keith Carter is not allowing, or did not allow, because this is Lane's already in Baton Rouge. Did not allow Lane Kiffin to continue coaching out the season at Ole Miss.
Did you hear Scott Van Pelt's explanation of that?
I did not hear this.
Cue the music.
This was the greatest comment in the history of Scott Van Pelt. So what you're saying is you're divorcing me for the neighbor who I don't like anyway, but you want to stay here at the house through Christmas because of the kids?
Why not?
I mean, that's literally what Scott Van Pelt said.
You know what? All right.
It is so accurate.
The best one that I saw out of this was Florida was like the old girlfriend and kept that high school sweetheart, right? Broke it off, right? You know, couldn't stay together that long, right? Okay. Sad story, right? And they had thought about maybe, you know, they're both free agents on the market at the same time, right? You know, this could work. Maybe they get back together, okay? Ole Miss is the team that, or the girlfriend that got him out of the dirt and had him stick around and got him out there, and you know, they built up some trust, and you know, they've been together for a while now, 6 years, in fact, almost 6, right? And they, you know, they've been together through thick and thin, and got Lane out of he lost a ton of weight, right? And
oh yeah, he got healthy.
Yoga.
You know,
they're the team, but then LSU's creeping around the corner, and LSU's, you know, pretty good body, right? You know, sitting over there, you know, they good sororities for Lane down there. Hot yoga, I hear, is pretty good down there. You know, it's
the fried catfish is amazing.
Fried catfish is pretty good down there. They've got money. The rich girl, she's the rich girl, right? That's what happened.
So you're saying he had a choice between his current girlfriend, who got him out of trouble.
Yes.
the old girlfriend that they had like that middle school pact of if we're both single at 40, we'll split the rent together.
Yeah,
And then the hot chick walked by and he was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's some new stuff.
Hey,
what's that? What's the meme
me
where the
from a
guy?
while
Yeah,
ago, yeah,
yes.
that's it. Yeah.
So
So
did he make the right choice?
yeah, I mean, for the future of Lane Kiffin, yes,
Yes.
he made the right choice. I have a disagreement of what Keith Carter, how he's handled this whole thing, but at the same time, I get Keith Carter's reasoning. He pretty much said, "Screw you. You want to go somewhere? You want to go with a new girl? Fine. We're done.
Yeah.
You know, there's no.
Here's
We
your
don't
hat.
see
What's your hurry?
any reason to have you to stick around. We want to get to the next future, which." Pete Golding didn't even get the interim tag. He got the head coaching tag. He's the permanent head coach for the Rebels, which I think it's a little premature for him to do that. But they're not going to go through a coaching search. They lost their head coach in one day and found the guy who was in-house on the same day. I think Keith Carter should have handled this better. He should have let Lane talk to the players. Okay.
Yeah.
Lane was not allowed to go into the facility for that meeting.
Right.
They told him to get out of town and go to Baton Rouge, which he did. Okay. And they are now in. So there's a complete stain. And I think a lot of the reason why Keith Carter did that was selfishly to retain his players on that program. Okay. Because if he would have gotten that opportunity, now you have what Caleb Oden, the
Yeah,
tight end,
that's
is
right.
saying.
Plucking players.
Plucking players, right? Caleb Oden, he was the tight end wide receiver for Ole Miss, went out over X over the weekend and said didn't even have the, cojones to go talk to the players. And that's not an exact wording, but that's what the point he was trying to get across. Okay, Keith Carter knew what he was doing.
But
okay?
if
And
it
I'm
gets
gonna
out,
criticize him for a little bit here,
that he wasn't allowed to talk, now they're going to be even more mad at the AD. They may still leave.
it could be the case.
And I don't know if you heard this or not. The new girlfriend has told Lane that the Christmas gifts the old girlfriend was going to give him, they're going to buy them for him. The bonuses that Ole Miss had offered in their contract, if Ole Miss wins a playoff game, LSU is going to pay Lane those bonuses.
The really cherry on top of all this.
It's old man thing. Sorry.
Whit Weeks,
Just
the boyfriend of Lane Kiffin's daughter,
son-in-law.
The future son-in-law has hit the transfer portal.
Wow.
He is not going to be a Tiger next year unless Lane convinces otherwise. Now, then again, there's history with this too, with Lane and his daughters and his football players. Do you remember Bentley, the running back for Ole Miss?
I do not. What happened?
The Ole Miss running back this year. Earlier in the year, the rumor mill has gone that something happened between Bentley and his daughter.
Uh-oh.
He was since suspended on the team indefinitely.
I don't think you're supposed to something about dipping your pen in the company ink or something. I believe there's a quote there somewhere.
Yeah.
A
little more colorful than that, but
fishing on the company dock.
Anyways, Lane Kiffin, this whole situation, I think we hit on this a little too late. I think we should have, probably went and talked about this a couple days earlier in the week when it was still fresh. But we've kind of let this settle in, and we're getting the feeling of Lane Kiffin at LSU. This is, I think, a great marriage. I think this could turn into a very, very successful run for LSU going to the future. Ole Miss, I pray for the future of you because I feel bad for your fan base. I think there should have been more looking around for a head coach. I get it. This was a poor part in the cycle.
Yeah.
Once Lane was gone, Franklin's gone. You're down through so many lists. You didn't get the top group of 6 guys. You went ahead and got Pete Golding because it looked like you panicked.
Yeah,
okay?
You did.
You wanted to go. You didn't slap an interim tag on him. You said you're permanent. So that's, congratulations to, there's a lot of schools out there that went and hired new head coaches. Ryan Silverfield at Arkansas. This was my least favorite hire of all of them. I think at Memphis, Silverfield could have been more successful. I think he needed a little bit more time down at the group of 6. He had a lot of, when he first started there, a lot of Mike Norvell players, and he didn't seem to continue the success after that.
Isn't this like the third time Arkansas has taken a Memphis head coach? Third or fourth?
Possibly, yes.
And how has that worked out for him previously?
I don't know. Florida fans, well, yes, that's true. Florida fans have been rather. John Sumrall's the second best, my second favorite hire of this cycle.
He's the safe hire.
He's a very safe hire. Florida fans are a little contingent. Okay, you had Sunbelt Billy down there. Okay, another group of 6 coach. They wanted to step away from the group of 6. Okay, you had Sunbelt Billy. I get it. Okay, now you got, I had a good name for John and I forgot it. American, yeah, you had American Johnny down there now.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 lanes in the American Conference, by the way. Okay, American
Johnny. Yeah,
Johnny. Yeah, Johnny. Okay, I get it. There's similarities. I think Summerall, he knows how to win better than Billy Napier. In the long run, I think Summerall is a better coach than Billy Napier.
Is Florida going to give him the runway that it's going to take?
He needs money.
A lot of it.
A lot of money. Okay, and he's going to have to face one of the best schedules in the country.
Is it crazy right now that we can sit here with 16 teams in the SEC, and where do you really rank Florida? Not just this season, but Florida in general.
I mean, if you're saying not just this season, just in general, you're at the middle of the conference.
Yeah.
I can't sit. You're not going to be at the bottom.
I mean, we're gonna take.
You're not Kentucky and Mississippi State.
You're not.
Okay, Vanderbilt. If you're saying not just this season, if we're more of an all-time approach here,
over the last 10 years, would you rather be Florida or Ole Miss?
Ole Miss.
Okay, so we put Ole Miss ahead of Florida.
Yeah,
obviously, Bama, Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, Texas, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, or Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've been on a just Texas Tech. I apologize.
Guys, we want to thank you for tuning in tonight. This has been Off the Bench. It's freezing out here, or we would continue going a little bit longer. Propane was not an option tonight, so it is freezing out here in the Angel Share Garage Bar, so we are going to get out of here so we can warm our fingers up, most notably. Ray is toasty over there in his Texas gear. Me and Richie, however. Richie is good. I'm cold. My hands are cold. We have had fun here tonight, and we're going to see you guys on Saturday for the kickoff show for the conference championship. We're going to be live on the radio, 7:30 a.m., 103.9 FM, Jocks Huntsville, here in the local North Alabama radio or area. If you cannot find us there, if you're not in the area, you can look us up on iHeartRadio, or there's always the option of YouTube. We will be here, right back here as well. Go follow us on any other social media platforms, at Facebook, at Off the Bench. On the link there, in the bio there, you can find a page link that'll send you to all of our social media. Go hit us up on all of them. You can find us close to posting short clips throughout the week on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff on there. Go look us up on there. You'll be happy, and we're going to really appreciate it. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on that bell notification. That way you do not miss any videos here. And we fully promote you stealing somebody's phone, logging into their YouTube, hitting that subscribe button,
the like button,
logging out, and giving it back like nothing else happened.
Yes, please give it back.
Yeah, give it back. You're still going to be kind, but just they might not know about us yet, okay? And guess what? We're going to bring joy to their lives, and we're going to make it better.
Yeah,
without them even knowing that they're helping us out.
Whether you love us or you hate us, just
love
listen.
us or hate us, guys. This has been Off the Bench. We're going to see you guys next week here at Off the Bench on Saturday.